Welcome to Inspiring Narratives, your favorite channel for uplifting stories, renewed hope, and cultivating a deeper connection with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Discover with me how turning to Allah can lead you to amazing changes in your life. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We are back with another uplifting story that will, by the grace of Allah, strengthen your faith and renew your hope, inshallah. Let's start by sending peace and blessings on our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Allahumma salli wa sallim wa barik ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa ashabi ajma'in. This story comes from one of the young men who has worked hard in his life yet hadn't experienced the fruits of his labor until he changed his ways. He says, "I'm a young man who graduated almost 3 years ago as an electrical engineer. I had hope of finding a job, but unfortunately during this entire period I didn't find a suitable job. At this point, you might say you could work in any job, and indeed, I've had the opportunity to work in various roles across different fields. Yet over time, I found there was no real change or progress. Even my ambition and my enthusiasm started to fade. Sometimes I would think that those who live carelessly with very little ambition seem to be doing better than I was. Others who seemed to work less than me were doing much better in life. I worked hard and put so much effort into my studies. I fulfilled my parents' dreams. But as of now, I haven't achieved anything for myself. I used to wonder, why me? Why am I different from others? I started to think maybe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is angry with me. Maybe I've made a big mistake in my life. Maybe someone made a dua against me. Maybe my family are not pleased with me. That couldn't be it. My father and mother are always making dua for me. My relationship with my family is very good. I decided to let it go. I stopped caring whether I got a job or not. Even the thought of marriage, which I was once excited about, I completely abandoned the idea, even though there was a mutual agreement between my cousin and me to get married. I recently sent her this message. I've been reflecting on our situation, and after careful thought, I realized that I'm not in the best position financially to move forward with marriage. You deserve someone who can offer you stability and support, and I sincerely wish you the best in finding that happiness with the right person. If it were meant to be for us, I believe Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala would have made the path easier for us." I left her and I stopped thinking about marriage altogether. My aunt and my mother got upset about this decision. I just couldn't see it happening with my current situation. After 2 months, my cousin received a marriage proposal from a man who seemed to have all the qualities any woman would desire in a husband. He had a stable job, a car, and had even started building his home. Despite this, my cousin rejected the proposal. My aunt called me and said, "The girl has feelings for you, so don't leave her in uncertainty. If you want to move forward, let's discuss it, and we'll inform those who have proposed that she is already committed to someone else. However, if you truly don't want to pursue this, then let's just sit down and talk about it and see what's happened and the reasons behind your decision." I've been avoiding that meeting because I know they'll try to convince me, and I don't want to keep her hanging. I really just want her to move on. If we sit down and talk, she'll only get more attached, and that's not fair to her. It's not that I don't care about her, I do, and I wish I could treat her the way she deserves. But it's been 3 years and nothing's changed for me. I don't have a house or a job, and it feels like every door is shut. What am I supposed to offer her right now? How would I take care of her? I don't want to drag this out and make things harder for both of us. Every time I talk about it, it just messes with my head, and I get more attached when I know I shouldn't. I just want her to have a good life, even if it's not with me. If you really care about someone, you want to see them happy. My cousin replied to my message. She said, "If you really had faith in Allah, you wouldn't have sent me that message. Seek Allah's forgiveness and let's be patient. If both our intentions are pure and we plan for the future together, inshallah we'll have a good life. We just need to wait a little longer and have faith in Allah that things will work out." Her words moved me, and I started to look for more information about istighfar. I know that it's important and can bless your life in all areas, but I honestly never put it into practice. I started to reflect on my life and my circumstances and why I'm possibly in this situation I'm in. So looking back on everything, I started thinking about what I might be missing. My parents were happy with me. I was praying regularly and on time, alhamdulillah. But I kept wondering, what else haven't I done for Allah to be pleased with me? After a lot of reflection, I realized my faith in Allah was actually weaker than I thought. I wasn't truly trusting Him the way I should have been. That's when I decided I needed to change. I told myself I'm going to put 100% trust in Allah from now on. I want to strengthen and recharge this faith in my heart so that Allah will be pleased with me and bless me. I want to mention something here. If Allah has delayed your relief or your blessings, know with certainty that so much good is yet to come. Allah is preparing you for something big. And as I always say, don't rush the blessings. All in due time, inshallah. Remember, when you don't get that job you applied for, or when things don't go as planned, trust that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has something even better in store for you. Never lose hope in the mercy of Allah. Always have certainty, and remember that if ever you get to that point of hopelessness, realize that something wonderful is on its way to you. Shaitan doesn't want you to have that hope, and so he whispers doubtful things into your mind. You must ignore the whispers of shaitan and continue to have strong faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. One of the things I realized I need to work on was trusting in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another area I recognized was my need to become more forgiving towards others. People would often say I was hard-hearted, and unfortunately this negative trait seemed to run in the family. I remember some friends I had fallen out with years ago tried to apologize and make things right to rebuild our friendship, but I chose not to. I wanted to change this part of my personality. It wasn't serving me very well. I want to be more forgiving, forget about any negative experiences, and possibly overlook these sorts of situations. Maybe Allah will be pleased with me. I started seeking forgiveness for these shortcomings, which had become a common practice in my life. Oh Allah, forgive me for any sin I had committed in ignorance. I started seeking forgiveness every day. Around this time, I had heard about the Dhikr of Hawqala, the saying of La hawla wa la quwwata illa billah. I never knew about the benefits and rewards of this dhikr. I felt truly blessed upon finding out about this dhikr because I know that so many people's lives have been transformed as a result. I heard many success stories online of people who started practicing. They found instant relief and ease and blessings. So I made it a part of my daily routine. I divided my day into two. The first half I would repeat istighfar, and the second half I'd repeat the Hawqala. After 2 months of doing this, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened a door for me that I had never expected. I had been working for some time at a small shop that repairs electrical appliances. Although I am an electrical engineer, I had taken this job just to keep myself busy and to avoid overthinking. However, I didn't enjoy the job. During the first week I started at this job, things were normal. By the second and third weeks, I began incorporating the practice of istighfar and la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah into my routine. Then out of nowhere, the owner of the shop told me about a job offer. He said, "There's an opportunity for you. What do you think?" I was hesitant, but he encouraged me to apply. "Maybe this time Allah will open a door for you," he said. So I went for it, and I was accepted on the spot. I was feeling mixed feelings, fear, anxiety, but confident that Allah is with me and that everything will be fine. Alhamdulillah, I started work at this place and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I received a message from my cousin shortly after starting. She said, "See, I knew you'd think about what I said." I answered her saying, "You are right. I reconsidered the whole situation. There were things I had overlooked." Interestingly, when my aunt, the girl's mother, heard about another man proposing to her daughter, she said to me, "I know that you're meant for my daughter. I will be your mother-in-law, inshallah. I'm sure of it." My aunt is incredibly kind and optimistic, always seeing the bright side of things, and I hope to adopt her positivity and certainty in life, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, within 6 months, things began to improve. We wrote the marriage contract 2 months after I started working. 6 months into my job, I was able to start preparing our home. Allah facilitated everything in an incredible way. I don't even know how it all came together. My colleagues at work started a group savings fund, and I managed to receive the payout, which helped us out with the furniture. I was able to furnish our home completely. Alhamdulillah, I've paid off the dowry, and we only have a few minor things left to take care of. I'll update you soon with the date of our wedding, inshallah. He goes on to say, The things that I had lost hope in, the things I was 100% certain would never happen, have come to pass with the blessings of istighfar and la hawla wa la quwwata illa billah, and by purifying my heart towards others. Alhamdulillah, this is my personal experience. I lived it, and I hope it inspires many others who may have hearts filled with despair or have lost hope in the mercy of Allah. Remember that Allah is the most merciful, and never lose hope in His blessings. May Allah grant us certainty and good reliance on Him. This brings us to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed this story. If you found any value in this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your family and friends. And if you'd like to see more of these videos, then consider subscribing. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so do leave a comment below. I'll see you in the next video. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.